Alrighty. Oh!
Wait, is that recording?
Yeah.
Okay. Why should not record?
Hey turkeys, welcome to the new podcast.
Hey.
Wow. Basically, I'm just gonna be having cool cat people on here just talking about their cats and what we love about our favorite loafs. Today I'm joined by two crazy cat ladies, and as you can tell, we're all pretty young. We're gonna be breaking that stereotype that all crazy cat ladies are old and butts. They're not. They're super cool.
But we are butts. Cool butts, though.
But we're a cool butts. We all have our cat mugs here. Wow. I just wanted to, I was just thirsty. First thing I want to do is get your backgrounds, your cat lady origin stories, and like introduce yourself as well, and the cats that you have in your life. So I wanted to start with you, because I feel like your cat journey started a bit before Izzy's.
About 2 years before. Yeah. So my name's Victoria, and I'm 23, like everyone else here, and I have two cats. Figaro and Fiona, they're brother and sister. And actually, how we decided to take them in was my cousin's neighbor had 1 billion pets, and they had a cat as one of their pets. And my cousins were playing outside, and they heard meowing coming from the shed of my aunt and uncle's house, right? So they went there, and they saw the cat gave birth to a litter of kittens, and the owner said, yeah, you could take whatever you want. And I really wanted to take all 4 of them. Oh. I really did. One hopped around like a little bunny rabbit, and the other one was I don't know, she was really fat. Then there's Figaro.
That's it.
She was really fat. And Figaro and Fiona were the runts of the litter. Aww. So originally we were just gonna take Fig, but they were they were together all the time, and they were just so small, and we took them both. And my nonna, my grandmother, had the biggest fit. She threatened to move out of the house. She's like, you were supposed to just get 1, now there's 2. Oh my god. And she she would not talk to us for the longest time. Oh. But now she loves them. She sings to them in Italian. Oh. They follow her everywhere. They sleep with her sometimes. So, yeah, they're part of the family, right? So
that's cute.
Yeah,
that's so cute.
And they're 8 years old now.
True. So you got them, right when they were born, basically,
Well, we had to wait a bit because they're feeding off of their mom, right? So they were born in June, and then we took them in probably 8 weeks later, I think, was when. Okay. So
yeah. True. Yeah. And these are your first cats?
Yeah, my first cats, yeah.
Nice.
My babies.
Love it. All right, Izzy, what is your cat origin story?
All right. So, to be honest, I was a dog person growing up because, in the film, gas. What are you doing here? Yeah, because growing up in the Philippines, we always had, dogs around, and I don't know, for some reason my family didn't really like cats. I don't know why. And then when I came here, I had a close friend who, I'm going, way back. This isn't even just me getting a cat.
Yeah.
My friend, who's always loved cats, she always had a cat, but I always, stayed, at my distance. Okay. I kept my distance. I was staying loyal to the dogs, okay? Oh. But then I was softening up to it. I'm oh, it's so cute and it's so fluffy and soft. But then also, again, cats, I feel you have to, earn their, love. It's not just, it's not like dogs where they will, literally, love you, right away. So I guess I wasn't used to that. But anyway, so then I moved from Vancouver here to Toronto, and then I met Madonna, and she's, a crazy, crazy cat.
She was, really crazy.
And her cat was so cute, even though I never really saw her cat. But, and then I worked at this cafe with my old roommate, and across from the cafe, there was, a pet area, and they always had cats up for adoption, and basically the cats that would go to them were basically on their last last chance to be adopted, because no one would adopt them. And there was this one there were 2 cats in there, and at first me and my roommate would just like watch them when we were on break and be like, oh my god, they're so cute. And then we found out how much like it cost to adopt them and like what you get. So it was like only $60, and then you'd get like kind of like a care package to start off with, and we're like, oh, that's not bad, and like the building we live in allows cats, so why don't we do it? And we were gonna adopt the darker colored one, but like it like had a freak out, and like so basically the owner of like the pet store like went to take it out, and someone came in through the door, and it like ran like across like people's chests and like scratched someone, and then it hit itself in like the little area that it was in, and like and then it just wouldn't come out of like that little like enclosement. So we were just like, oh well. So the owner or the pet store owner just like put the box in there, and like the ginger cat started rubbing its body on the box and was like looking inside the box, and then it was like, well, let me just jump in the box. and the owner was like, well, I mean, it's kind of like fate, and that's kind of a sign, maybe you should just take that kitty home. Mm-hmm. And we were like, oh, okay, we will. Yeah. And we did, and his name's Simon, and he's a ginger cat, and he's really fat. And he's like the most friendly and cuddly cat, and he meows a lot, so
true, like constantly, like wow.
Yeah, constantly.
And they're like little meows too. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, like sometimes like he's just like meow meow, and then I feel like I have to meow back just so he'll be like, okay, yeah,
she feels it.
Yeah.
She feels it.
Yeah. So yeah, and he is not with me. You know, he's still alive.
Oh, yeah, that scared me. Even though, like, I know.
You're handling this really well.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're doing well.
Yeah, he's still alive. But who is my ex roommate now? She has him. So she's living in like a place where like there are other pets. So he has like a dog friend now. And, like, so.
A dog friend.
Yeah, that's cute.
That's a good transition into our next little segment. Having one cat. I also have one cat, just one baby cat named Kit Kat, who is a senior. So she'd be cranky with another cat with us, versus having like 2 cats, which a lot of people do recommend because they can like keep each other company and stuff. So yeah, how do you feel having like 2 cats?
Honestly, it was the best decision because like leaving them, like going out and stuff, you don't feel as guilty because like they have each other, and like growing up, like they would always play with each other and stuff. Like the only downside is I feel like if you had one cat, they give you more attention. So when they have each other, it's like you're just the person that feeds them, cleans their poop, gives them water, occasional cuddles. But like no, having 2, I think it's great. Like it's really cute to watch them interact with each other too. Like they're little rascals.
Do they ever like fight?
Oh yeah, especially when they were like in the teenage stage,
the angsty stage.
Yeah, they were angsty. Fiona was like the moody, typical like girl, like don't like leave me alone. And Fido was just like wanting to fight all the time.
Ready to fight.
So she'd be like sitting on the chair, and then he'd be underneath, and you'd see him like sneak because he knows she's above him. Then she'd like jump and like hit her in the face, and like she like hit him back, and then like they start fighting and like run off. Yeah, no, they're psychopaths. So.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Entertaining.
Yeah, definitely. It's like super entertaining. Like my grandmother has 2 cats. Unfortunately, one passed away. And like even when the other one did pass away, the one that was left was like, yeah, whatever. Like she did not care. And they were like brother and sister. Like they were like actual like litter mates. But
that's cool.
Yeah, they would always like fight too, and it'd always start with the brother like going up to the sister and like licking her face, which if you didn't know, the one that's getting licked is like the dominant one, and the one who's doing all the licking is like the subdominant one. So if you ever wanted to know like who's in charge between your 2 cats, like that's who's in charge. Who's in charge for...
Oh, now I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Is it kind of like 50-50 or...
Yeah, because they don't do that as much now as to when they were younger. They used to do that a lot, and I feel like it was kind of like both. Like I can't really pick one because they don't do that now, so I'm trying to like recall and I can't.
So if your cat licks you, then does that mean it thinks you're the leader or like.
Yeah, or I've also heard that like when a cat licks humans, it's also like, I need to groom you, like
I need to clean you.
I need to clean you. But yeah, he would like start licking her and she'd be like, no, like enough, and then they would just fight. But he would always try and lick her, so he would just always constantly like do that, and it's like, bruh, like she's gonna fight you, like don't do that. And she's also like a tubby cat too, so she could like sit on him.
And that'd be it.
And that'd be it. Oh yeah. Have you noticed a change in Simon now that he has like friends?
I haven't actually seen him yet since she moved, because she moved like pretty recently. But she says that like he's getting along with like his new pet friends, so I think it's good, because like when he lived with us, like it was just kind of him, and we always had school and like work, so like we weren't always there all the time. So and he's a very needy cat. He always needs his attention. So I think it'll be nice that he has like a dog friend. I think they also have a cat, so
that's so cute.
Yeah.
When I have a stray cat that comes in, she's always like up on the stairs and she's like, who's that? What's going on? Like, oh my god. So I feel like she would be very pissed if we like did that. I know there are ways to like introduce a new cat, especially to like a senior cat, because that's kind of like difficult. But I don't think she'd be down.
Not about that life.
So you mentioned that Simon is a ginger cat, and I don't know if you mentioned, but they're both like black.
Black cats, yeah.
Do they have any white or no?
A little bit on their like the collar area. Fiona has a bit more than Figaro does. Figaro's getting grays actually.
Oh.
He's getting like the salt and pepper look, but more pepper than salt. But like you see some of the salt like shining through, and you're like, oh, my baby's aging.
Oh, interesting.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. So black cats are obviously, that's like a pretty big thing. A lot of like, I don't know if you've heard, but a lot of black cats get left behind at like shelters and stuff because they're like black, sometimes because the whole like superstition thing surrounding them, but also it could just come down to like people like cats with like cool patterns on their coats versus just like a black cat. But like we love black cats, like they're so sleek and they're so cool. But like, do you have any stories about like what it's like having two black cats?
During Halloween, we keep them inside because a lot of people are weird out there. Apparently, they'll like take black cats off the street and do some satanic rituals and stuff with them on Halloween. Like there are some freaks out there. So black cats are usually like, I think our vet told us actually like keep them in on Halloween because people are just really weird. So that's what we do. Superstitious wise, I thought my grandmother might have some like, you know, reservations about that, like superstitious, but no, like no one's really said anything in our family, but the only thing is like Halloween.
Have you ever had any weird experiences with like black cats or like other people?
My dad, like,
really?
I told him, I'm like, my dream is to have a black cat, and he was like, that's bad luck. But that's it. He didn't really elaborate. He's just like, that's bad luck. And I'm like, no.
No, black cats are so beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
They're so nice.
Especially when they have like really like piercing eyes.
Yeah.
Like it's so pretty.
That's the thing. Like Fiona looks like toothless, you know? Yeah. She looks exactly like toothless. Like she has those big round green eyes. Figaro's a bit more like bluish green eyes. They're more sharp, but hers are like round and pop out. So like that's a plus of having a black cat. Their faces are so
Yeah, I love it because it you actually like can't really see their mouth as well, so it's just the eyes, and it's like kind of.
Yeah, when they put their tongues out, you just see like this little bit of pink, like
coming out of a black hole.
Oh my god,
so cute. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then you and your ginger cat. Have you ever noticed anything in particular about like orange cats? Or I don't know. Just because, like, okay, where I'm coming from with this is that, like, I've noticed that all the orange cats I know, number one, they're all male for some reason. I don't know why. But they're also really needy, and they love attention, and it's so weird. Like, my half-sister has an orange cat named Josh. And
I love it.
She, like, brought her kids to see him when they were, like, younger. So kids and cats, you know, they were just like, I'm so excited for this cat. And she was trying to tell them, like, back off, like, you don't need to, like, be so smothering. But he was loving it. He was like, I just want the attention. I don't care if you're hurting me. Like, I love it. That's just, like, a funny visual. But, like, it's funny that Simon is also, like...
Yeah, I don't think I've actually, like, met any other... Oh, no, wait, there's, like, this ginger cat on my street, and he is also very, like, he's not scared of anyone. He's, like, he's open to, like, pats and stuff whenever, like, I try to pet him. So, yeah, I guess, like, I feel like they're more, like, outgoing and, like... And also, like, you know, like, the Garfield stereotype? I do feel like they are a bit, like, lazy and, yeah, compared to other cats.
That's true. There's a new ginger cat in your life.
Yeah, my aunt and uncle and my cousins adopted 2 kittens. Hudson is the tabby, and then Jade is a tortie. But yeah, Hudson, when you were saying, like, they're more, like, social and, like, needy, that it actually describes him. Like, he's always up for, like, cuddles and stuff like that, and he purrs instantaneously. Like, it's just like, purr.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's more up in your face than Jade. She's a bit more, like, timid. She's wild, but, like, when it comes to people,
She's wild.
She jumped from, like, their toy thing, like, all the way from the top. She just went flying, like that. Where Hudson's a bit more like, help me, like, I can't do this.
Yeah, I didn't realize that with, like, Simon. Like, I don't know, our ginger cats, like, I feel like they're more hesitant to, like, do, like, crazy things. Like, because every time, like, he tries to jump up on something, he always has to, like, do, like, kind of, like, ready himself. So he'll be like, okay, 1, 2, and then 3, and then he goes. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. Yeah, yeah, even the purring, like, my grandmother's cat, his name was Teddy. He was, like, a little bit psycho. He did, like, purr a lot. Like, we called him a motorboat because it was so loud, and, like, it was, like, really weird because he would be very affectionate and, like, on your lap or, like, rubbing his head on you, and then he would suddenly, like, bite you for, like, no reason, or just, like, scratch you, and it like, came out of nowhere, so it was like, what's going on? He was a nice, gingy cat. Good stuff. So, yeah, now we're just gonna go through some fun stories that we have that are related to cats that I think all cat owners have experiences with. So, what are your guys' funniest poop-related story with your cats?
I don't know. My cats they're very they poop where they're supposed to.
That's good.
We don't really have any crazy stories. Like, they're pretty boring in that department. When we first got them, Figaro, when he came out of his cage, he took a dump, like, right outside of the cage. Like, he just walked on out and then pooped. So then we, like, apparently supposed to, like, make them, like, smell or something and then bring them to the litter box. And then that's how they're supposed to know, like, no, you poop there. So we did that, and I guess Fiona followed suit with that, and yeah, that was the only time they ever pooped out of place. They poop outside a lot, so good thing about outdoor cats. They use the outdoors.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. For Simon, there have been numerous times. So, like, in our old apartment, we had, like, this, like, cute little rug, and sometimes he'd, like, poop, and then one time, like, he went to poop and we were, like, just on the couch, like, watching Netflix or whatever, and then all of a sudden, right in front of us, too, and then looking at us in our eyes, he looked at us, and then he, like, started, like, sliding his butt on the rug, and we were like, why are you doing this? And he was looking at us too. We're like, we can see you. Like, you didn't even try to hide it. And then we had to, like, wipe it, and there's just
shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that didn't happen a lot. Like, I think that happened like 3 times, and then I think he finally got it that, like, you shouldn't do that. Like,
Yes. Yeah, one time Kit Kat, like, she scares very easily, so, like, a lot of times when she's downstairs, like, we obviously don't want to disturb her, because a lot of times what happens is she'll jump out of the litter box, and whatever is going on, if she's peeing, if she's pooping, it'll just follow her. And we're like, no. But one time, like, something happened downstairs, there was, like, a loud noise, and then Kit Kat came running into the office room, and I noticed the smell of poop, and I was like, what is going on? Like, what's happening? And she was, like, licking her butt, and I was like, what is going on? And I look, and there's a bit of poop still stuck to her fur, like her butt fur. And I was like, no, this is nasty. So I had to like get it from her. So anytime she comes running in and I smell poop, I'm like, where's your butt? Where is it?
Give me your butt.
I need to clean it. Okay, what is the weirdest place that you found your cat? Or is there like a hiding spot that they frequent?
Oh yeah. I woke up early in the morning, and it was in the winter, so it was like, it's pitch black outside, right? So go downstairs to the basement, get some coffee, whatever, and I'm sitting at the kitchen table, and I hear like,
Oh!
and I'm pretty much in the dark, and I'm like, what the heck? I look up to the top, and I just see these eyes just like staring at me, and Figaro was just like chilling at the top of the super tall cabinet thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say cabinet.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it scared the crap out of me. Like, he goes up there sometimes. Like, he just chills at the top of there. And another thing with him, one day, I was cleaning my room. I clean my room often. It's not just one day, but I was cleaning my room this time, and I hear meowing, and my blinds are closed and whatever, and I just hear meowing. I'm trying to find this meowing. I check my closet, and it's going towards my wall where my window is. And I'm like, okay, he's not on the wall. So I open my blinds, and I'm on the second floor of my house. And Figaro was just chilling on my windowsill. And he's like, meow, meow. And he's like rubbing up against the mesh part of the window. And I had to like open it up. And I'm like, I don't know how to remove the mesh. But he wanted to come in through the mesh. And I'm like, I can't help you.
Yeah.
So just sitting there. And I actually have a few pictures of this.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
oh, he's so cute. But yeah, he was just chilling on my windowsill. And I was like, how did you get up here? I know they can climb, I know they can jump and stuff, but it's just like, my window.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, so that was that.
Does Simon ever hide anywhere? Or?
Yeah, he'd like hide in our closets. I think, like, especially during the summer when it's really hot and he just wants like a cool place, or even in like the bathroom in our old apartment, because I think the ground was like colder there. But he'd always sit on like our couch and like on the back of it, and like he'd like sit there so much that there's like an indent there now. Well, it's gone, but yeah. So yeah, but he didn't really have like any like super like secret hiding spots. But sometimes like when I'd like go to bed and I leave my door open, he'd like come on my bed and he'd just, you know, sit on my face. That's great. Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, one time the basement like used to be like not finished or anything, and we were like looking for Kit Kat. We were looking like everywhere. What the heck? Like where could she be? And then I was like walking down the basement steps. I had been like walking everywhere like to find her, and then I heard like a meow, and I was like, what? And then I was walking down the steps and I looked to the side, and like now it's covered, but basically she had like jumped from the stairs onto a radiator, and there was like this much space between the radiator and the ceiling. And she just, or not like a vent, like a vent that just goes in the basement. And she was just chilling there just as a turkey. Aww. She was just being a turkey. And like I have seen her also like jump from the stairs to there. That was her spot. And then when it was finished, I was like, oh, Kit Kat, I feel bad you don't have your spot anymore.
Sorry. I think like since we lived in an apartment, like there wasn't too many places he could hide, so it was pretty easy to find him.
Yeah, I mean, because they go outside, I do have a story where like Figaro didn't come back for like 5 days.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was hiding in, so this woman on our street was doing a garage sale, and she has a lot of stuff. Like, she does this every year. So he actually, I guess, went inside the garage and was on one of the chairs that she had, and she's old, she lives alone, so like, I guess she didn't need to open her garage often. So 5 days, the week went by, and on the weekend, I guess when she was going to do another garage sale, she opened it up, and he came running back, and he was so skinny when he came back. So we were like so sad, because 5 days, we thought we lost him, right? And he shat all over her garage, but I mean, gotta do what you gotta do, right? But yeah, that's the only time that we kind of couldn't find a cat.
Yeah, at least with indoor cats, like, you know that they're somewhere inside.
Yeah. Wait, how do they like become outdoor cats? Well, because you found them like
they were born in a shed, and then I don't know, we kind of like, when they were kittens, we had like these 2 little mesh soccer nets, and we put them together and let them play on the grass, like once they got vaccinated and everything like that. And then we got leashes, and in the backyard we let them like walk around when they were little. And then there came a time where like, okay, let's see what they do. And so nerve-wracking. It was like letting your child go off to college. I was like sitting in the backyard waiting for them to come back. Like it was just the scariest thing, but they find their way. So like I don't know, we kind of like built up the steps for them to like be outside. And now if they're not outside, they meow to go outside. So
my grandmother she's had like 20 cats in the house that she's like lived in. It's a long history of cats, and they've all pretty much been like outdoor cats because she would just like find them, or they would like come into like her home and she's like, okay, I guess this is my cat now. But then her like favorite cat, her name was like Daisy, and one day she didn't come back, and they think it's because she got eaten by a coyote. Very sad, but after that she was like, I can't do this anymore, and she had to keep her cat. So the cats that she has now, like, they're indoor. And, like, that is what is recommended, but it is also very good to, like, let them play in the grass or just, like, be outside, because it's healthy, you know, like, but as long as they're safe, if they're, like, on leashes or, like,
like, now they go wherever their heart desires, but it is difficult. Like, we used to have, the neighbor had, like, a gigantic German Shepherd, and Fiona would just, like, sit on the top of the fence post and tease this dog. Like, she would just tease it, like, just sitting up there and, like, staring at him, and he'd be, like, barking, trying to get to her, and she'd just be like, meow, 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 like, giving him sass, and I'd be like, oh my god, girlfriend, like, you are a heartbreaker.
Oh, damn.
But do your indoor cats, like, ever want to go outside? Like, do they ever meow at the door, or, like...
Yeah, Simon, well, I don't know if, like, this means he wanted to go outside, but, like, a lot of times there would be, like, birds or, like, pigeons, and he'd just, like, he'd just meow at them, and, sometimes he'd pet, like, the window and kind of, he'd look at the outside world and be like, ah. But, like, even if we, like, opened the door to our apartment, he'd, like, kind of, like, poke, but he wouldn't, like, actually, like, go out.
Oh, okay.
But that's probably just because he's used to being inside.
In real life. Yeah, I think maybe if you start them out young, that's the way you make them an outdoor cat, but...
I think it depends on the cat, too. Like, Kit Kat, same kind of thing. If we open the door, like, she'll, like, take forever just to be like, oh, yeah, this is the outside world. But, like, my grandmother's cats, anytime someone would, like, come in or someone would go out, they'd always be like, by the door and be like, I want to go out. And then there have been a few times where they did get out, but they didn't really do much. They just wanted to go outside.
Rebel.
and just be outside, and then they're like, okay, we're
good.
Or, like, no, there was this one time where, like, Teddy, the orange cat, got out, and then he just, like, ran. Like, he just ran away, and my grandmother was like, I'm not going to be able to chase him. Like, that's it. Goodbye. And then, like, a few seconds later, he just, like, came back. And he's like, hello.
Just kidding.
What is the, like, funniest or, like, weirdest sound that you've ever heard come out of your cat?
Oh my god. I'm sure you guys all relate to this. Whenever there's, like, a moth or, like, a bug of any sort, or even birds. Like, I remember one time I was in my room and a moth got in there, and I just see Fiona sitting in my bed going, that's exactly it. The best noise ever. And it's just, like, years back when, like, I had no idea that they mimic the sounds of animals to lure them in. So I walk in my room, like, my cat's possessed. Like, on the bed. I was like, oh my god. And then I saw the moth, and, like, is this a thing?
This happens? Yeah. That's what Simon does to, like, the pigeons and stuff. He just makes the...
Apparently that's them trying to, like, lure them in, right? To, like...
That'd be so weird, like, pigeon being like, oh, wow, so enticing. Let me just...
You were one of my kind.
Flaps over. I don't even know if I've heard Kit Kat do that. Because, like, Kit Kat, she meows a lot, but she meows really loudly and, like, really long, too. So she's always just like, meow. So, like, anytime she sees a bird or anything, she's like, meow. And I'm like, same. Even when I come home, like, that's kind of what we do. Like, she's like, meow, and I'm like, meow. When we have a little combo, and then it's like, cute. It's nice. Just constantly. Do they meow? Or?
Yeah. Oh, they meow when they want something. So food, and sometimes their food bowl is full. Meow, meow, and then they make sure, like, at the end of the hallway, they'll come out, look at you, like, okay, you gotta fill up the food bowl. So you gotta follow them, and then they walk to their food bowl, and I'm like, it's full. So I'm like, eat it. Like, eat it. I'm not giving you more food. Or going up the stairs to bed. Fiona would always, like, if I'm studying or something, she'd be rolling all over my homework, meowing, meowing, meowing. And then, time to go up the stairs. Meow. Look at me, like, let's go. Walk a little bit up. Meow. Like, trying to, like, lure you to go upstairs with her. So when they want something, or...
But, like, Simon is just always meowing. Like, he'll just be walking and be like, meow.
Like, sometimes he'll stop, and then he'll be quiet for, like, 3 seconds, and then he'll need to move, and I feel like he feels like he needs to meow. Like, he'll just be like, meow, let me just, like, change positions here. And we're like, no, you don't have to say anything. Like, we know you're here. And then he'll be like, meow.
I wonder if that's, like, because you know how cats meow only to communicate with humans, right? I wonder if that's, like, a single house cat. Okay, let me rephrase that. If a cat doesn't have any other cats around, like, maybe that's, like, he's communicating with you.
Yeah.
So he just
more,
like,
he's
just very talkative. And
like, he's just like, I want to be part of this. So meow. So you know.
Has there ever been a time that you've accidentally stepped on your cat?
Every time I'd, like, go to school or work, when I try to put on my shoes, he always has to be, like, right there, like, rubbing himself on my leg, and I'm always like, Simon, I'm gonna, like, step on you, and then, like, so I do step on his paw, and I feel so bad, but at the same time, I'm like, you knew that could happen, and I think one time, like, I accidentally stepped on it, and he made, like, a noise. He was like, and I was like, oh my god, I just want you to know I didn't mean this. I didn't mean for it to happen.
Did he, like, gasp?
It was like a gasp, and I was like, no.
That's true. I feel like I've stepped on Kit Kat's tail, and she doesn't even make a sound. She's like she just opens her mouth. She's like, oh my god, oh my god,
I can't believe you've done this.
Oh my god.
I have a cat channel, which you're watching on right now. But what is your, like, favorite place to get, like, cat content?
Happening Meow, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay, besides me. I'm just curious where other cat people get their cat content, so I can steal it.
No, to be honest, like, a lot of it is from you, like, because you post links and stuff, and, like, you know, like, Happening Meow, it's where it's at. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you guys a vid that I saw today, and then we can, like, discuss it and discuss our like our experiences related to this kind of thing. Istanbul, also called Catstanbul, is known for its felines, but walking the streets of Beirut, one wonders if there is another city that might become known as the cat capital. From cat cafes to residents taking charge of their day-to-day care, the feline love is strong in the Lebanese capital. So, who's gonna be the cat capital? Who knows?
Oh my god.
Oh, beautiful.
They're so cute.
It gets really annoying when you're, like, eating a sandwich and, like, you have, like, a group of cats coming over and they just want to eat with you too. Just
That's better than, like, seagulls.
That's my future.
That
was so cute.
I know, so cute. Cats are said to come from, like, Turkey and, like, the Middle East and stuff. And Izzy and I have actually watched the documentary Kedi, which is about cats in Turkey. And that was, like, really beautiful and, like, heartwarming.
You gotta watch that.
Yeah, it's, like, really, really cool and, like, made me cry. But you've actually been to, like, Tunisia and, like, other countries where there are, like, a lot of cats.
Yeah, so Tunisia, when I was there last summer, that's North Africa, there were, like, cats everywhere. Like, everywhere. And I was telling them before that, like, there was this box of kittens and a mama cat by my boyfriend's house, and we'd always have to walk past it, and I always, like, had to stop and play with them, like, all the time. It was just what I would do, just like, oh, go play with the box of cats.
The box of cats.
like, oh yeah, this is me time. Like, they were so cute, and, like, you would just see them everywhere at cafes. Yeah, like, it was just, like, they were just so chill. You could walk up to them, and people would give them water, give them food. Like, it was just kind of like in that video. It was just, like, really, really chill. And sometimes people would just take them in to domesticate them, and yeah, it was really, really cool to see so many cats. And even in Greece and Italy, more so Greece, there are a lot of cats. Also dogs too, but there were a lot of just stray cats and dogs in general, but we're talking about cats. Tunisia was more cats, so I'm gonna focus on that.
Nice.
I didn't really see many stray dogs, all cats. So yeah, if you you wanna, just see a bunch of cats.
Then you go to Tunisia.
You should go. Did they, in Tunisia, were people, like, did they go up to the people and, like, try and steal their food and stuff? Was there stuff going on like
actually,
that?
when we were eating ice cream, like, I have pictures, too. We're eating ice cream, and this cat's just staring at the ice cream cone. And I really want to, like, give it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I ate my ice cream.
but I wanted my
I wanted to do it.
I'm a glutton.
Yeah.
But I was just staring, and like, I didn't see a lot of, like, them trying to take people's food, but, like, I did have that experience where, like, the cat was staring at my ice cream cone, and thinking about it now, I regret not giving it ice cream.
One of my regrets is not giving ice cream to that one cat.
Still see its little face.
We've yet to go to a country that, like, where cats are just, like, everywhere. I love that so much. Like, being here, there are so many dogs, and, like, I like dogs, whatever.
I'll admit it.
But like, I just really want to be in a place where, like, everyone is, like, cat people, and they're just, like, I love that. Because, like, especially growing up with my grandmother and hearing all her stories of how she would just, like, take in cats and just, like, whatever. That would be so cool to be in, like, a neighborhood or a country where pretty much everyone has taken in a cat and, like, has, like, fed them and loved them and, like, they've been part of the fam. Yeah.
I feel like here when you see cats, like, they're, like, outdoor cats, so they, like, belong to, like, a family, or there's not, like, a regular cat that goes to, like, a store or something, so, like, people normally don't, like, bring food or, like, give them anything, but, like, even in, like, in Istanbul, like, from the documentary we watched, like, they treated them like, old friends and stuff, which was, like, really sweet, so.
Yeah.
That's cute.
There was that one cat, I don't know if it was a stray or something, but it was like there was a cat inside someone's home, and then another cat would go visit it, like, all the time, and the woman would let this other cat into her home, and they would just, like, play and stuff, and it was like, this is kind of weird, but, like, cool. Like, next podcast in Tunisia.
Get ready.
Get ready. We're gonna be talking to the cats, getting their stories.
Yeah.
Honestly, October. Just wait for it.
Ooh, true. You could be, like, a special correspondent.
Ooh.
Wow.
Guys, we're making this happen. Let's do it.
Nice. But yeah, I think that's it. That's all I have for the first podcast.
Woo,
Wow. Is there any other, like, little stories you wanted to share? Or
So my mom was going for a walk one day, and it was close to our house, and she sees a dead black cat, like, on the side of the road, and she starts, like, wailing and whatever. So she calls, and I couldn't understand anything she was saying. She was screaming, like, my baby's dead! My baby's dead! And I'm like, I'm here, Andrew's here, who's she talking about?
Oh my
And
god.
I'm like, what? And she's like, Fiona is dead. I'm like, what? And, like, our cats were out, right? I didn't see them. I'm looking around, whatever. And she's, like, freaking out. Like, she's having, like, an attack, like, crying. So I'm like, where are you? And my dad went to go out to get her. And I had family coming over, too. So they see my dad running out. Yeah. It's, like, at the perfect time. And they're like, what the heck? And he's like, Antoinetta's, like, crying and whatever. Like, Fiona's dead, whatever. So everyone's freaking out. So I'm on the phone with my mom. And I just hear little bells because of their collars. And I'm like, wait a second. Mom, Fiona's, like, right here. And she's like, no, she's dead.
no, she's dead, I swear.
I'm like, no, Mom, like, this is Fiona. And she's like, oh my God, it's Figgy. And I'm like, okay, well, like, let me look to see if they're here. And then Andrew's, like, downstairs playing video games, and Figaro's, like, right beside him. Oh. And I'm like, Mom, the cats are here. So my dad at this point already got to where they were, and he, like, took the cat in a plastic bag, or not plastic, I don't know, like, he put it in a bag, I guess, and, like, cleaned it up. And, yeah, so it wasn't our cat.
Wait, where was she, near your, like, house?
Yeah, it was really close, like, across the street, a little bit down the street. And yeah, so that poor little kitty.
Yeah.
Well,
died.
Whoever's family she belongs to.
Yeah. They kept going up to the box. We put it in a shoebox.
Oh no!
We had to put a rock on top of it so they wouldn't open it because we left it outside. They were, like, curious to get in the box. I'm like, no, guys.
No, I
don't want to see your own kind.
No.
That's one of you.
That's one of the downfalls of having an outdoor cat.
Yeah.
Things like that.
That's true.
Yeah, my mom was not the same after that.
Aww.
So funny and sad at
Yeah.
the same time.
At the
bittersweet
same time.
ending.
Yeah. Right. Thanks, turkeys, for watching and listening to our first podcast. Wow. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can hear more. thank you to you guys
Thank you for having
yeah,
us.
for coming on and sharing all your stories. This was fun. I liked
Yeah,
it.
it was.
I liked it a lot.
And look how cute these are. Like, I'm obsessed. Like, this is so cute.
Yes. Hopefully in the future I could have my own mugs and then I would gift them to you. But
Ooh.
but at this point I don't. But
Mug
One
companies,
day.
you heard it
Mug.
here first.
Mm-hmm.
get ready. All right. Bye. Yay.
Yay.
Wait,
That's cute. I love that.
That was